Yeah,
Hey,
I wasn't
oh, geez,
prepared.
that's
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Football Boot Hour here on the Boot Wizard YouTube channel. I hope you are all doing well. Rich has already joined us in the chat, as has Chris's Footy Kicks. We do apologize for being a little later than even usual today.
yeah.
Don has joined us. Clippy is here. As always, we appreciate you joining us. Today, we're going to be talking about the F50 Spider, F50 Plus Spider, the Kith, I think is the pronunciation, I suppose,
Mm-hmm.
variation that has dropped, because we do not talk about leaks, so we will not be discussing the leaks. We will vent all of our frustration into the boot that has actually been revealed, if not released yet. We're also going to get into a hack that Andrew has, as well as an awful lot of praise for a boot that we've both been wearing quite a lot
Mm-hmm.
recently. So Jake is also here, so thank you for joining us, Jake. And let's get into it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Let's begin with this week's new releases, which,
Mm-hmm.
as usual, I have put into absolutely no particular order. So let's just
Nice.
guesswork, press
Shooting
a
from
button
the
and see
hip.
what happens. Absolutely.
Shooting from the hip.
Now, obviously, we weren't here last week,
Yeah.
so I do have 2 weeks to go through, but in
Yep.
actual fact, there wasn't that many releases, so
No,
I'm
there
pretty
wasn't.
pleased. So firstly, this obviously isn't a release, but we should definitely talk about it.
Yeah.
So Dembele's Ballon d'Or F50s. Do
Yeah.
you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I really like them. That's a great shade of blue, of navy
It is.
that they've got there. It suits the gold that they've done really well. Like, I gotta hand it to them. Like, when these guys, like, when everything lines up, it really lines up. Like, that, the color combination is superb.
So my brother has just sent me a WhatsApp, which has popped up on my computer screen, talking about the boots that are on the podcast, and I'm like, mate, just comment
Just
in the
watch the
chat.
damn, yeah, jump on the
You're
podcast
watching the podcast.
and maybe
Comment
support your
on the
brother.
chat. What is going on here? He says he needs them. Best looking F50 ever fact. I believe he's being
Best
quite
looking ever is a
hyperbolic there.
bit, that's a stretch, but they are
Proper
really, really good.
Proper Boots is also here. Yes, sir, we are indeed back. Yeah, I really like these as well. I agree with you. And do you know what I do like? I do like that they haven't just gone for yet another all gold boot,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
kind of the default.
yeah.
So the gold touches are nice, but I do appreciate that they've gone for the navy. I would also like. I'm wondering, were they obviously prepared for this because they assumed it was going to happen, but not prepared for Bonmati to win the women's for a third time because there's no boot for her.
Yeah, they probably weren't. They were probably thinking somebody else was gonna win this year.
So were the
Which,
rest of us.
yeah, I know. At first, I posted and I was like, well, I guess that's no surprise because I haven't been watching enough women's football. I don't have access to a lot of that here yet. Same with the Prem, to be fair. But like, in a lot of European leagues, you drinking Ribena?
Yeah, gotta get the Ribena in.
Okay. Anyways,
It's
but yeah,
diluted. Like, I'm not a crazy person. It's not
okay.
neat. I have so it's like a bottle that was down to like here, and I put water in it to create
I was
myself
like,
a.
jeez,
You know,
drink
I'm not
straight
I'm not a
Ribena.
crazy person. It's not straight.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
But yeah, there's a whole host of other players they could have chosen, and
Yeah.
I imagine those were more ready.
Alan Diaz here says she was the best at the Euros. I disagree. She missed half the tournament. Like, I know she won the best player, but I feel like she won the best player the same way that she won the Ballon d'Or. She is essentially the
most
media
well-known
darling.
name.
She's the
Yeah.
one that people are going to give things to because they want their awards and stuff to be associated with her. So it's important to them that she wins it. And honestly, so there was 50 journalists that voted for the women's Ballon d'Or only. So it was only 50 votes. I feel like those journalists are incredibly European centric. And I also
Definitely.
feel like they do not follow the game closely. Like,
No,
they're following a
doesn't
few
seem
big
like it.
games and things like that. Like,
What's up, Paces?
I am happy to say that I think she is the best female player in the world. Was she the best female player last season? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think, like, there's so many. I'm not going to get into too much about this, like, because we'll go off on a massive tangent. But like, if you're looking at the player that had the most impact, I think it's easily Caldente. I think if you're looking at a player that actually won something, it has to be like an England or an Arsenal player or both. I just don't think she was it this year at all. She missed a good portion of the season as well. For me, I think she's incredible, but I would have given it to at least 3 other people before I gave it to her this year. But anyway.
Well, the men's was a little weird too, because like, yes, it's individual performances plus performance at tournaments and stuff, but like Rafinha carried Barcelona. Well, not carried, but like Rafinha had a ridiculous year, whereas like Dembele came into his own when the tactical switch happened, right? So it's like
absolutely
Dembele, yes, I'm not. It's kind of hard to doubt that he was one of the best players in the world over that time period, but he didn't do it over an entire season.
I feel like that's one where, and this is where I find it interesting that we have the women's and the men's award now, because I feel like he's won that off the back of what PSG have won. Yes. So like, it's like, okay, so that's really important. Whereas,
go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, whereas Bonmati has won despite not winning the Euros and not winning the Champions League.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and look, this is going to upset some people, but as usual, I don't really care. But like,
there's a shock.
there was like a season where like Madrid won pretty much everything, but like, and Ronaldo got the Ballon d'Or. But like when you were comparing like stats wise and individual performances, he was smoked by Messi the entire season. Like for me, my big brain is like the 2010 award should have gone to Iniesta, and one of Ronaldo's belongs to Messi. And the Modric one, I'm sorry, I don't think he was the best player in the world that season. That was just a gimme because they did well at the World Cup and they wanted to give something to Modric.
It's like when they give Oscars to people who don't deserve it for the film that they did, but they do deserve an Oscar for their life. Yeah, exactly. Like, can you argue that like DiCaprio's best performance was The Revenant that he won the Oscar for? No. But does he deserve an Oscar for like obviously like all of these times he's been nominated? Yeah, probably. Yeah. So they just hand him one for that one thing. Yeah. Like I feel like we have gone on such a tangent already, and I'm enjoying that. Yeah. So we should rank the even though we can't buy them. The Dembele boots. So I'll bring up the old...
I would put them in great.
Yeah, I agree. I think they are a great boot.
Very classy.
Yes, classy is a good way to describe it.
Classy in a way that you wouldn't expect.
We have a few. So we have a few hot. We've started something. We have a few hot takes on the Ballon d'Or here. So Vieri says Iniesta should have won multiple. You're going to want to stick around, Vieri, because I think Andrew might have a solution to your Sakito problem. Proper Boots says, I think Modric deserved it. Might be a hot take. Clippy reckons Haaland was robbed by Messi just because he finally won the World Cup. Like, yeah, Messi won that because they won the World Cup. Like, World Cup, so that's fair.
That was, but in any given year, that was going to happen.
Yes, yeah, that was always going to happen.
Yeah.
Matt says Mariona got robbed. Yeah, like Caldente is probably the rightful winner. But Bob Matty looked great at the award ceremony. That dress was crazy. Like, I want to know what sound it made, because like, there's no way that dress was silent. Like, it must have made some kind of as she was going down the carpet.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, let's move on to our next boot. Again.
9 minutes into the pod.
9 minutes into the podcast. Okay, so these dropped. Well, they haven't. You still can't buy them.
They're on the 29th.
Yeah, there was a very early like release, and to my knowledge, from people that have told me, they're still not available actually in the game. So I don't know.
Surely that's just a patch. Like,
I don't know.
No, they're going to they're going to release it in the game, and the launch will happen in the game when the launch happens.
Yeah, I assume that's what will happen. It just seems they released very, very early for not really any reason. But so we have obviously the Phantom 6 and the EA Sports colorway. The low one being it's actually a little bit more gray in hand, it seems. So it's kind of like a white gray with the colors running through it, and then the high is the black. I think both of these are nice, but both of them could absolutely do without the giant green reverse swoosh.
Yep, definitely agree. But like the knit looks awesome.
The knit looks incredible. They've done such a good job with that. I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that it's on the ridges as well. So it's like just that one particular kind of yarn is what's been colored with it. I think it's really great. And obviously is similar to that GX1 colorway that we got as well. It's kind of like a little bit of a similar vibe to me. But I think these are nice. I definitely wouldn't go great with them. I think good.
Good is fine.
Oh no, I've started the time. That was the wrong button. Smooth. So yeah, good for those ones.
Fruity Pebbles pack.
The Fruity Pebbles pack. John Cena for anybody who knows Fruity Pebbles. Okay, what else have we got here?
There we go.
It is, but no, it's not what I was looking for.
That for now.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Yeah. So when there's I'm not going to go into too much detail. The Rock and John Cena had a feud in WWE many years ago, and the whole thing was The Rock getting the entire crowd to chant Fruity Pebbles at Cena because he dresses in like crazy colors. There you go. That was the deep wrestling cut with my ridiculous amount of unnecessary wrestling knowledge. Anywho, we got these. So this is the
this Joma kind of under the radar.
Yeah, Joma Top Flex. And this is a Unisport limited edition anniversary colorway. There's only 500 pairs, I think. And normally, obviously, I know we don't do a lot of like indoors and stuff, but I figured being a Unisport special anniversary and there only being 500 pairs, and the fact they're really nice, I thought these were worth looking at.
These are super nice. Love the details on them.
I think the detail in the sole plate is really nice.
Yeah, that's so cool. Of course, I just bought new futsal shoes, so go figure.
Yeah, I would imagine, though, that like I didn't look at the price of these, to be honest, but I would imagine for you to get these at the price they are and with shipping would have probably been pretty expensive.
Yeah, versus whatever, because the Joma sells here now, so,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But like, and for anybody wondering, even if you're not using Joma, Joma make unbelievable like indoor shoes.
They really do. The Top Flex is easily one of the best indoor shoes available. It's €85.
I was literally just on the same thing. I was like, and it's not actually that expensive either. It's €85.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Top Flex, because like on sale, I'm just looking here, you can pick them up for like 50, 60 euros.
What's up, Yuli?
Really, really great. Hey, Yuli's with us. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Yuli and I discovered today that our kids, despite being quite different ages and etc., both have exactly the same Pikachu onesie.
That's amazing.
So, where would we like to rank the Joma Top Flex Unisport?
I would put them in great.
I also agree. What's going on? We've agreed on everything so far. I agree. I think they are great. I think they are excellent. Now, the question becomes, is that everything? Have I missed something? Or do we need to move on to the Kith? Because I feel like I haven't missed anything. Oh, I have. I've missed one thing. Here it is. There we go.
The only actual pack that's released.
The only actual pack. And I forget something. Yeah, the pack. So what is this? Coral Blaze. Thank you. I had like Coral Madness in my head, and I'm like, no, it's not that lame.
Madness is something that Nike uses.
So this is the Coral Blaze pack, which reminds me greatly of the Adidas 2019 Women's World Cup pack.
It's almost dead on.
Yeah, very similar colorway. Overall, I think nice, but there's some issues. Like, what is with the blue tongue on the Pred?
They're just gonna keep doing this different colored tongue for as long as it takes them. So
I am not feeling that tongue at all.
yeah,
Like that.
I don't mind it, but it just doesn't match up with the rest of the pack as well as it should.
No, not at all. And the
You'd say
longer it
something.
goes,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, go on.
No, I was gonna say, like, I was thinking of my next review, and I was just looking around. I was like, I got everything kind of lined up and was, ready to hit buy. And then I was talking, I think, in the chat, and I was like, oh, I totally forgot the Copa Pure 3 exists. I need to review those.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was in the chat when you were like, "Oh yeah, they're a thing."
Yeah. Because bizarrely, my Copa Pure 2 review is still getting lots of hits.
So I didn't realize until today that you hadn't reviewed the Copa Pure 3. I just assumed that you had. I was like,
No,
Andrew's definitely reviewed the Copa Pure 3.
I think that's one of those things that a lot of people have assumed I've reviewed it. And I was
yeah.
Like,
so I've had a couple of people this week ask me for reviews of the Copa Pure 3. And I've just gone, go and check out Lockhart Bootblog. Like, whoops.
Yeah. I'll get that sorted next week.
Yeah. I do think the Copa in this pack is actually reasonably nice. It's probably the nicest of the three, to be honest.
They are very much doing a Mizuno with this year's Copa, though.
Just keep it simple and add a color.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm fine with.
Yeah, I think that's completely fine. The more colorways it comes out in, though, the less I like the new F50 graphic update. Like I liked it when it first dropped in like the purple, and now I'm a bit like, I'm not really feeling that.
Yeah.
But what can you do? So meh.
Meh. Yeah, meh.
Meh it is. Okay. So hold on, what have we got here? Massimo Football reckons the Copa is superb and the others are just a 1 out of 10, which is fair. Clippy likes the F50. It feels like it's very 2014, which, fair enough. Lobster pack. I like that. And yeah, the Copas are generally the only one that people are really into here at the moment, which is fair. So we do, of course, have the Kith. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but I don't know. F50 Plus to get to, but I figure we'll hold off on that because as our main topic. So we'll just jump into the stuff that we picked up this week. If there was anything that you picked up, do you have any pickups this week, sir?
No. No.
Okay.
I just started doing this, but we'll talk about
just
that.
Started that. We'll get onto that as well. But your tequila review is now up.
Yes, I really like these. They're very, very good boot. It is a massive mark of shame against me that I hadn't reviewed more New Balance boots. But yeah, these are superb. I love the fit. I love how quickly these are broken in. And the HG sole plate should be standard for these.
Yeah, that HG sole plate looks fantastic. Looks really, really good. So obviously...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so obviously, like, in fact, you go first because I've got a...
Yeah, the FG sole plate makes the boot look overly complicated for what it is. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I don't dislike those edge studs, but it does seem unnecessary for the type of boot that it is. It's adding things for the sake of adding things, really.
Yeah,
the HG would be absolutely fine. So what I was going to say is that I obviously still haven't reviewed the F50. No, not the F50, the tequila. And for anybody wondering why I haven't reviewed the tequila, I may have said this before in a previous podcast. New Balance said they would send me a pair many months ago. And I have now been in contact with New Balance 3 times, and they have contacted me 3 times. So I haven't chased them. They've contacted me 3 times for 3 different packs. So they've launched 3 different packs. So there was the launch of the tequila, which was in blue, and then there's 2 more. There was the blackout, and then there was that one of the other ones. But anyway, they got in touch with me 3 times and went, would you like to review one of the boots? Yes. Basically, we will send you out. We'll send you out a pair. You can pick one of the boots from the pack. So I could have chosen the 442, the Furon, or the Tequila. to do the reviewing. So this has happened 3 times, and 3 times I've responded, and 3 times I've got a reply back being like, no problems, we'll get that out to you. I still do not have those boots. Now, I shouldn't really complain because it's great to have that happen. It's amazing. So it's not New Balance directly, it's a company that does the marketing for New Balance. It's great to have that happen and to have them reach out to me and basically like, hey, do you want to do this? That's amazing.
But you got to commit.
but now I'm like, I still haven't reviewed that boot because I'm like, well, I'm not going to go and buy them if somebody's going to send them to me for free. Like, there's no point spending money if I can get them without having to spend the channel's money. I can buy other things, and then I'll do the review. So they've never been sent to me, and because it's happened 3 times, it's not like I can go, oh, this was 6 months ago and they're just not coming. It's happened 3 times, so every time I'm like, oh, maybe this time it'll come, or maybe this time it'll come, or maybe this time it'll come, and it never has. So if anybody's wondering why I haven't reviewed the Tequila, that's why. I did buy a pair recently, but just to do like an unboxing, kind of like a short. That I'm not keeping them. But yeah, I'm like, meh. So one of 2 things will happen. I will either get sent them and be able to review them, or I won't get sent them, and by that point they'll be in such big discount that I won't mind buying them anyway.
Just send you a pair from here. Get the HG sole plate.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. And you have better prices as well. Proper Boots says they're all going to come at once. I honestly don't think any of them are going to come, but that would be so funny if I ended up with 3 pairs of Tequila all at the same time. Oh dear. Okay, so my pickups are a kind of a pickup. So I borrowed these, and you'll be able to tell I borrowed these because they're about 800 sizes bigger than you would normally expect me to be holding a pair of boots. These are a 10?
Jeez, those are massive.
So they're US 11. So these are huge. So these belong to a guy that I play pickup with. And he really wanted to try the laceless F50s. And he bought these and graciously lent me them so I could do a quick video on them, which I have been doing. So yeah, there's not really a lot to say about them. They are the F50, the laceless. There is less of the texturing, so there's not really any micro texturing on these. It's a little bit smoother, but it is what it is. And they're a nice boot. Like they're a nice looking boot. And then to go with that, I ordered these to do a quick review of. Again, I will not be keeping these because I'm not spending €100 on these. I have the league level version.
Oh, nice.
So just to have a quick look at. So I do actually have, I have tested the league level laced variation.
Oh, laced.
The laced, yeah. So that's back there somewhere. I picked them up for like €20, I think, off Vinted, like brand new inbox, everything. Yeah. So I was like, cool. So their review on that is actually going to come. I won't say soon. I've got a backlog, but it's there. It can be done. So I got these because they were laceless, just to do a quick comparison and that kind of stuff. I like. It's not that these are bad. It's that I think at this price has just become more competitive to the point where an F50
they're
league
going to be left behind.
Yeah, an F50 league, a Mercurial Academy, like a Superfly Academy, charging €100 for them is just, it's insane. Like these are not
should be 65.
Yeah, it's such bad value to be buying these at full price. Like the only logic to buying these is spending like 30-40 euros on sale on an old colorway. Like you should never spend €100 on these.
Well, and at €100, you're getting like very close to like maybe not last year's, but a previous year's model of something.
Oh, you could get you could get the Ultra Ultimate. Like I'm pretty sure if you went to Unisport right now, you'd find an Ultra Ultimate for around €100. You definitely get pro tier models. You've got, obviously, if you want to go a bit niche, you've got the TLSS and things like that. And again, like you could go and pick up, like this versus, as much as I haven't played in it, like just simply having it in hand, this versus what Adidas do with the Gloro is a joke. Like
Yeah.
the Gloro is like the must buy at that price when
Mm-hmm.
compared to something like this.
Well, even like the Sokito, the Unisport collab one is like 115 euros
100,
now.
yes, so cheap.
So
Well,
it's like
okay,
just
115 euros is not cheap, but yes, it is
yeah. You
such
bump
a
up if
good.
you can justify it, bump up the extra 15 euros and just get those. You'll get an elite level boot for.
They are 115.95, like, which is just an insane price for a boot of that quality. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, everyone should go and buy that.
yeah,
The
definitely.
launch colorway is 130. Like
Yeah.
it makes no sense. And
Uh-huh.
then you can go and like again, I know it's a completely different style of boot, and it's not going to be to everybody's taste, but you can get a Nike Premier for 50 euros.
Uh-huh.
Like which is a perfectly adequate boot. I'm not saying it's anything special,
Uh-huh.
but it is better than this.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I don't hate this. Like the upper is soft enough, the outsole is decent enough. And if it was 50, 60 euros, you'd be like, yeah, okay, you know what? Like,
Yeah.
if you really like it, consider it. But I think at 100 euros, it's insane. Like,
Yeah, that's
nobody should be
asking a
spending that
lot
money.
of money for stuff like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, hold on. Somebody says add a promo code. It's 100. So I'm assuming that's for the Sakito.
Oh yeah.
So is there a Unisport promo code at
Yeah,
the
I think
moment?
there's
They got
a
a sale
birthday
on.
deal promo code.
I love that Unisport do those. They're one of the only places that do that kind of thing.
Huh.
Like you'd never find that on like Pro Direct or anything like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, birthday deal. I can't see the code, but it does say birthday deal. So I'm
Nice.
sure if you look around Unisport, oh here we go. So if you spend 100 euros or more in the Unisport outlet, so anything's discounted, you get an extra 20% off.
That's nuts.
That's so good.
Yeah, that's really
I'm going
good.
shopping. That's it. Podcast
Yeah,
over. I
right.
am going shopping. Speaking of things that
Uh-huh.
you can pick up, this is actually helpful information. I don't mind this tangent.
Yeah.
Vapor 16 Elite in the Blue Mad Ambition Pack colorway, 135 euros. Obviously, sizes will be a bit limited,
Yeah.
but 135 euros, and then you can take 20% off that. So that's another like 30 euros off.
That's a great deal.
100 euros for an Elite
What's up,
Vapor.
doctors, dude?
You can get a previous gen Pred, about 100
Uh-huh.
euros.
Yeah.
Vapor
There's
15, about 100
it's
euros.
because
There's
they
so
have
many.
there's so many colorways now that like it's gonna happen, which is
Yeah.
great to make stuff cheap, but like you could have the prices lower anyways. And
Okay, again, I know we don't love the boot, but if you're going to compare it to a league level F50, right? You can get the Tiempo Legend 10 Elite at 110 euros, and then you can take another 20% off that. So you can get a Tiempo Legend 10 Elite, an elite level boot, for under 100 euros from
yeah, that's
Unisport right now.
crazy.
Like, there is a mad amount of very, very good deals here. Everybody go and buy stuff from Unisport. We're not sponsored. We don't care. But like literally, that I am looking at. It's very rare that I look at a list of boot deals and go, "Oh, damn, that's really good." Like when you add the extra 20%, Vapor 16 Pro for like 70 euros. Like that's a good boot too.
That might be worth putting on our stories actually to kind of.
I'm definitely going to share this. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Ultra 5 Ultimate, so the previous generation Ultra,
Which is the same as this one.
which is the same. FG in the Tricks Pack colorway, 100 euros.
That's the deal.
There's your deal, right there.
Yeah.
Everybody go buy some stuff off Unisport. We're going to share some of this on stories later.
Yeah.
Okay, with that in mind, now that we've done that as a massive
Justin
tangent,
is
but I
finally
actually...
here.
Way, welcome, Justin. So, do you want to do the F50s or these?
Let's do the F50 real quick.
I agree.
Or not real
Okay.
quick, but
yeah,
let's do it in the manner that is usual for us.
yeah, the concept of quick is not,
Only on the pitch, buddy.
Clippy says, yeah. Clippy says, can't go shopping, already buying more of Andrew's boots.
Please. Good gravy.
I got the import charge notice for the Skechers today, Clippy. I'm pretty sure it's from you anyway. So it worked out pretty well. 2 pairs of Skechers. Import cost was €25, so I'm delighted.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
I forgot how long these were.
Okay, so here we go. So we have this. Now, the thumbnail, for any of you that saw it, is not overly positive. And it's not because I don't think these look great. So I don't know Andrew's opinion on these, genuinely. So my opinion is very much one. No, that's not the right one. Let's try that again. No, this is going badly. That's the one.
Hey.
There we go. I set up one so we could see everything together. So my opinion is that this is a really nice colorway. It looks really nice in colorway terms. But I think it looks cheap as. Like the materials, the design, like the outsole doesn't suit that boot. I think this looks cheap, which is crazy for a collab like this, and for them to bring back the F50, like the F50 Plus like this, obviously as a limited edition. I don't think the quality looks great, even if I like the colorway. That's where I'm at with it.
It's actually grown on me a lot because I've been thinking about this. So this is an F50 remake, right? Now, one of the things I think is bizarre is that it's not that hard to get the Velcro tongue, right?
No.
They can do it. But I think the reason why they've made this decision is because they couldn't commit to doing 2 F50 remakes, the originals and the F50 Plus. The reason why I bring up the originals is because look at how the tongue and everything is on the originals. Look familiar. It's exactly the same, just in a modern interpretation. The whole coming through here, having a tongue like this.
Using the lace loops.
Yeah, I would argue if they'd made that, like, I'm imagining it's some kind of mesh, tongue lower, like it is more like this, it wouldn't look as bad.
Yes, because it wouldn't poke out.
Make it look more modern and like stand out more, which they didn't need to do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's definitely like I don't think we'll see a remake of these.
No, that doesn't have the same value to a lot of people.
No. So that's why they added that to kind of like, oh hey, we kind of throw back to the originals as well.
I hadn't considered that. That is a fair point.
I hadn't until last night when I was picking out boots to wear in my match today. So, yeah. These are still very lovely, by the way. But yeah, I think that's what they were doing. I don't mind the sole plate on this. I think it actually suits it really well. Because I think it
messes up the silhouette.
Well, because it's got the external heel counter. They would have to chop the external heel counter off to make for that. Make it look even something more like this.
Yeah.
Now, I would say from the stud layout perspective, like this is harking back to the days of when the F50 wasn't technically a speed boot. Like it was a speed boot-ish, but it was never that light. I mean, these are way heavier than the Vapor was at the time. Which been the Vapor 2. Yeah, these are way heavier than the Vapor 2. It was just making a different siloed, comfortable boot. And it's only over time, that it's become the speed boot to go up against the Vapor. But at the time, it was definitely not that. So
yeah, that wasn't the intention.
Matt loves them. He says they're amazing.
Sometimes you guys are wrong. This is one of the times they're amazing.
Yeah. Chris Pottle has done a lot of really good put together.
Chris has done some fantastic designs on it.
Yeah, that
really nice.
Spider-Man one looks amazing. Like it's really on the nose, but the colors he used is really good. But again, that's got the Velcro tongue, and how much nicer does that look than these?
Yeah, like I said, there's something about this, and I'm pretty confident it's. I don't like the outsole on them, and I think it's because I want that kind of like more accurate silhouette, and I genuinely think. And this
Mm-hmm.
could just be down to, and this sounds so ridiculous, but it could be because it's obviously been slimmed down a lot to be
Yeah.
kind of more modern. But
Mm-hmm.
with that, I think it looks cheap. I don't think it looks as like premium as it needs to
Mm-hmm.
do, because, and I think the like the F50, the F50 Plus, there is a level of almost like old style or like older, like substantial boot that
Yeah.
needs to go into it. I, I'm just not down with the idea of a modernized,
Yeah. Yeah.
remade
We want a
F50.
more
Maybe that's
direct.
my problem. Is
We
I'm
want
just
a
not
more
down with the
direct
idea. Mm,
remake.
yeah,
I love that
like
Justin timed out Matt for being positive. Yeah, but then Proper Boots came in
so
and said he
harsh.
agrees as well. He says they're looking absolutely incredible. I will say the one thing that they've improved. So like on this model, it wasn't bad because the heel was quite high, and it locked in the heel really well. On the Plus, the heel was like down to here. The originals have a
Yeah,
really low heel, so I do appreciate they've kind of like changed that.
the heel padding looks quite nice as well. To be fair, I'll
Yeah,
give them that.
yeah. It looks more
That
like a
looks
turn and stitch heel, which is
it.
what every
Abs-
boot should have.
Absolutely. I again another slight tangent. I was speaking to a developer of boots for a brand
Mm-hmm.
today, and literally got to send them like three full like pages of feedback on their boot.
Mm-hmm.
One of them being make the damn thing a turn and stitch heel.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so they were very gracious. Like they asked and they were like, look, would you
Mm-hmm.
mind sending over kind of this? And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, not a problem. So they'd sent me out the boots. I did it,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I sent it over to them, and their response was very positive, because I started the whole thing with like, look, I realize this is going to sound really negative. I don't hate the boots,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you want feedback to improve,
So
so
here's
like
the
to improve them.
feedback.
So here's the feedback. Like, and I literally
Yeah.
spent 3 pages basically ragging on a pair of boots that I don't think are awful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love them either, but like I don't think they're terrible. But yeah, it was good to do, and they were very positive about their reaction
Nice.
to me
That is
basically saying, "Here
extremely
are all
rare.
the things that are bad." Well, I kind of feel
Yeah.
like they asked. You know what I mean?
I
Like
know,
they were
I know.
like,
I'm just saying it's so rare for a company to be that upfront about stuff like that.
absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
see, as much as so the guy that contacted me didn't contact me kind of through the company. He contacted me through his Instagram and
Ah.
asked, and then I emailed his company email, but it was very much like it wasn't from the company. It was like the guy contacted me and was like, hey, like
Yeah.
I'd love to know your thoughts, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like he went a little bit rogue to do that. But yeah, positive nonetheless.
Nice.
So uh,
We'll see how these are once if I can manage to get a pair in hand. I will
yeah,
say
it'll obviously be something I'm not getting. So
yeah.
I defer to you on all all things.
I do feel like they shouldn't have flared out the tongue at the top like that.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't need that.
I agree.
Make it rounded and it make the like I know it'd make the tongue look really small there, but like that's how it should be. Like this is not. I mean, okay, fair to this, it's all about the same width, but they could have done
Yeah,
the same thing here. They just didn't.
yeah,
But we'll see.
yeah. We're obviously judging off basically 3 pictures at this point and seeing her work it out.
Yeah.
And like I say, I think colorway wise and everything, I think it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
For me, like I don't think the materials look premium enough, but I think that's just, and I don't like the outsole. But honestly, I think that is just me going, I maybe just don't want a modernized version of this boot.
Yeah, yeah, and that'd
Like
be
I feel like
perfectly
that
fine.
that might actually just be my thoughts. Is I just don't want
I
a
really
modernized
wanted
version of it.
I really wanted a remake of the silver ones. That was another one I always wanted and never got. It's popped up every now and then for sale, but it's always been an inconvenient timing.
I hate that when you're like, oh, I found that thing, and it's like, but not right now.
I cannot justify
it. Can't do it right
Yeah.
now. Fair enough. Okay, so chat, obviously, do let us know what you think of those, and we will move along to our secondary topic, which I didn't advertise because it's not quite as sexy as the F50 Plus kind of being brought back. But Andrew and I are both very excited about a pair of boots from Puma. What?
Yeah.
You've been out in yours very recently, so please, sir, do take it away.
Yeah. It is absurd how soft this gets. Like, how soft it is out of the box and then how soft it gets. Just, like, immediately. Like, it's such a well put together boot. And I mentioned on my reel yesterday, it's kind of sad because I'm pretty sure this is the last generation.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll make another one. Like, the sales here have been really poor. And this should have replaced the King Ultimate that they're doing overseas, because this is far better.
But they could literally, stop making this, but then make all King Ultimates this instead.
Yeah. Give it a lot of different colors and stuff. Put some actual proper advertising behind it. I reckon this could go very far.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's
ridiculous.
Look how soft. Like, that's not a leather. That's not, and it's K Better, and K Better is like the worst synthetic leather on the market, and yet these are superb.
Yeah.
What was the USD equivalent? These retailed for like $130, and I obviously paid I think I paid about $95 for these because they're on sale.
Yeah, I think you got me mine for like 80, something like that. Like I don't think I paid a huge amount for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, even at full price, they're under
exactly.
they're Puma Pro tier pricing, which is just ridiculous. One second, I'm going to get my other pair of Ultimates, and we can compare the K Better.
Yeah. I really love this sole plate too. Like, this sole plate is just it's pretty basic, but it does. I mean, it could be used on FG just as long as the ground's not too soft. I don't know. I think brands try and overcomplicate stuff, and I think that's one of the things which we both like about this is they didn't overcomplicate this at all. They just made a simple boot that works. It's very comfortable, and some smart, choices really put it into its own. Like the power cage being the back part of the boot, great. It makes it feel on feet. It makes it feel like a higher performer than you'd think when you put it or like looking at it.
It's a lot more stable than you would expect because of that cage.
It's way more stable.
There's way more lateral stability than I expected when I got in this, because I got these, and of course, these have only had like one bit sessions. So and they're nice and soft, and I was thinking, okay, all of this is going to be a disaster because you're just not going to have the stability. But the way that the whole boot is built and this whole kind of lateral side, it does keep you in place very well. Like, it's quite impressive.
I think one of the things is, and I think someone who should pick these up just based on the boots they like is Ollie, because it is very much Puma 1 in the design. Softer
Ollie
part
loves
all
a Puma
around
1.
Here.
He
does. And then right here you've got the reinforcing structure.
It is very Puma 1, and it's Puma 1 without the stupid kind of like mid-cut kind of weird design. Like, these are so good.
Simple stuff like the extra lace hole. Why is it so hard for brands to commit to an extra lace hole?
And I think I mentioned this when we spoke before. I don't know if it was on the live or not, but just having the additional bit of kind of padding in behind the tongue here. So you've got this really lovely, like, thin kind of tongue here to fit in, sit round, and it's nice and wide. And then you've actually got the padding under here, just stops all lace bite, keeps it really, really comfortable.
I will say, because they put the sparkles in the laces, it makes them look cheap, but the laces are actually really nice quality.
Yeah, the laces are grand. Like the laces are good. You know what? The
Yeah,
laces are better than what I've got on the Ultimate.
yeah. The insole isn't anything to write home about, but again, it's just does what it needs to do.
Is the insole any different to the King Ultimate? I wonder. 1 second. No. So that's the Ultimate insole, and that's the Mirai insole. They're the same.
How's the upper compared to Silky Wrap? I would say the Silky Wrap is still just better from, I don't want to say robustness, because it makes the Silky Wrap sound like stiff and stuff. But I think the Silky Wrap is higher quality overall.
For me, there's no question the Silky Wrap is higher quality. So I think that you can still tell when you get this in hand that this isn't leather. It's got like a certain kind of almost plastic finish to it. The Silky Wrap, especially on the X-Fly 6, does not have that.
It does not.
So the Silky Wrap, I think you can absolutely convince anybody is K leather.
Yeah.
I think this, with the K Beta, you could convince somebody who really wasn't in the know that it was leather,
but not kangaroo leather.
But not kangaroo leather.
Yeah,
and also anybody, I would say, in the chat today would know that this wasn't leather. You'd be like, this is fantastic. It's a really great material. It's a great synthetic leather, but you would know it's a synthetic leather.
Yeah.
However, at the price...
it's so good.
Not complaining.
Doing double stitching on the sides here too to kind of like add extra reinforcement.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So to give you all a quick kind of side by side. So this is the Puma King Ultimate. This is the HG version, so it has a floating tongue, but it is just the upper is the same as the normal King Ultimate. So this is the Silky Wrap, which is like this thin. And you can kind of see thin. It's not anything like leather. It's sure.
It's got some very harsh creasing.
Yeah, and then if we compare them together, what the hell?
Why would you not?
Why would you not make this?
Yeah. Why at Puma Global would anybody not look at what the Japan team has done with the Mirai here and go, oh, wow, they took our material that we wanted to switch to and totally trashed what we're putting out.
But
these are fantastic.
Now you've actually been out in them. How are you finding the heel? Because I still feel like the heel could do with a smidge more padding. I like the shape, but I think it needs more padding.
The shaping is good. It does need more padding.
There's a weird obsession that brands have with just putting in these little pods of padding. Rather than just if you'd have gone for a more full turn and stitch heel design.
This is where the regular Ultimate does do better, I feel like.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Like this one's a little bulky, to be honest. There's a bit much here. Kind of stitch you off the back a bit too far.
You could have done slightly slimmed down version of that.
Yeah, somewhere between these two would be great. But with this shape, the shape on this one is better. This is too wide.
Yeah, it's super wide.
So,
Aces Football actually forgot I have a Puma King Ultimate.
I feel like Puma forgot they had a King Ultimate, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. Again, I said this in my reel yesterday. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
But for the King and Copa lines, hand it to the Japan teams because they are making stuff like. Obviously, this is definitely geared towards the Japanese market. You need to pretty it up a little bit for the international market, but it could sell really well with just a little bit of marketing push behind it. It could dominate. Yeah,
but I feel like this is a good whiteout. Like if you were to release a launch colorway, a whiteout, a blackout, this is a good whiteout. There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab something else. 1 second, if you continue.
Yeah, please like the video. Thanks, Billy. Any Japanese brand that specializes in goalkeeper gloves that you know of? Mars, MARZ, and then Gavic, GAVIC. those two brands have been really pushing through here with goalie gloves. It does not come in any other colorways. It's just this color. And I think because it didn't start flying off the shelves like crazy, they decided to go against making any other colors.
Yeah, which is a shame. Although, to be fair, I probably would have bought this colorway anyway.
Yeah.
Because I love a whiteout. What I just went to Toodle Off to get, because obviously some people were mentioning obviously how kind of like we were mentioning how wide this was, and some people were saying it was quite thick, etc. So why did I do this to myself? It's because it was cheap. I bought a pair of boots. They were very, very cheap because I was like, this is either going to be a revelation that, you know, I was actually wrong, or it's going to be the case where it's actually worse than I thought it was, and it'll make a great video because I'll probably lose my shit. So I got a pair of these, and all I really want to show people is the heel. Why is that big?
What the hell?
Like, oh, knock my mic.
That is filthy. That is filthy.
Ridiculous. So I can. There is no way I can wear or tie these boots that creates a situation where my heel stays in place, like where
Matthew,
I can't just take the boot off. Yeah. So yeah, like I can take these off. Like they're SG, by the way, which is why they were so cheap. Like I bought them off Vinted. I think I paid €23 for them. And
they should have paid you for the privilege.
Yeah, they were basically unused. So I took them through a few SG kind of like pitches and things like that. So I kind of messed them up. Yeah, and that heel.
That's disgusting.
It is ridiculous.
That's so dumb.
I just thought everyone would enjoy seeing like the madness that is that. I assume, like, I feel like the pair that I reviewed wasn't even that bad. I don't know if it's different on the SG model or something, like the way that it kind of pushes everything out. But Jesus is bad. Anyway, I might do at some point is just like I might just take a jigsaw to them and just cut them in half. Just get some kind of table saw and just whack them in half and see what happens. Like, it seems fair enough.
Probably should.
David Hall says they're the nastiest boots ever made. But yeah, Future 8 heel
trademarked.
Future 8 heel puts the Phantom 6 width to shame. Yeah, the Phantom 6 has got nothing on that Future heel width at all. At all. I agree, Massimo. The toe box is not great either. Like it's like it has it has actually is a shape that I dislike on the Future, where it's very square. Like they not on the Future, on the Tiempo. The Tiempo has this kind of odd angular toe box, which I don't particularly like.
Why not just make it rounded?
Baffles me. Like, I don't get it.
Whose feet are they using with these lasts?
I don't know. But I feel like this is a problem that something a lot of brands are doing, and I feel like Nike did it with the Mercurial, is they've taken a foot, they've created a last, they've built a boot that would be like a good boot that would perform well, and then they go, okay, but people don't like that, so we need to make these boots more comfortable. And the way they make them more comfortable is simply by whacking a load of extra width and volume through the whole boot, because they've started to realize that a ton of people, so many people, are wearing boots that are a size 2-3 sizes too big because they're not used to how football boots fit. So they're buying these huge boots for like comfort, and brands have essentially just started making boots that have that kind of like shape and fit to them, but just sacrifices everything else.
They've just, like, I feel like a lot of brands have just, it feels in a way like they've just given up trying. Like, rather than doing very simple stuff about athlete education, they just feel like, nah, we don't want to spend the money on that.
Like, how many brands can you think of that have ever come out and said, this is how we recommend your boots should fit you? Like,
Yeah.
here's how boots fit.
Yeah. And it
Like, and
really should be on them to do that. Like the
it
retailers shouldn't
should,
have to.
yeah.
Like the retailers could put something out as long as it's not conflicting info, but like it's not difficult.
Yeah.
I just think they don't care.
It also absolutely shouldn't be down to us. Like, I know we do it and
Yeah.
people like it,
Yeah.
but it's madness that that's something that we're doing, to be like, okay, you need to know how your football boots fit, and discovering that so many people are just wearing boots that are at least a size, if not 2 sizes too big.
Justin says it's way too subjective, and like to a point, I agree. But on the other hand, like we're not even talking like being like super super specific. Just like in general, some very general things. I mean, you've got some reviewers out here who are wearing their boots that are at least like a thumb and a bit too big, and saying like, get this size.
Yeah. So as much as I kind of disagree. I don't think it is subjective. So I think you can have a preference. So let's say that you and I wear our boots incredibly close, right? So we wear our boots kind of like quite tight, you even more so than me. So, but that's just to standardize, here is the length that you pick up from this boot. And then width is a case of, does your foot suit this boot? So that's that, like the only element of like subjectivity there is this boot comfortable? Like, can we get people into a boot that is the correct length and then have them pick a style or an actual boot that suits their foot shape? Like, I genuinely don't think it's subjective. I think there is, like, the only thing that you can say is, here is a small variance one way or the other as to how much additional length you can leave on your boot. So you can go, we can say, right, this is a base. You've seen something that I created recently. This is the logic I used. So my foot is 26 centimeters long. I use the Japanese 26 centimeter sizing for the majority of boots. That gives me the right length. You can then say to people who don't like their boots to fit as closely as mine, for majority of people, it's perfectly acceptable. Just go up half a size. That will give you more room. It's not going to negatively impact performance. If you go up a full size, you're starting to get into a territory where you're going to ruin the durability. You're potentially moving your feet around too much. You're affecting performance. Like, none of that's subjective. And then, you can, because what's happening, in my opinion, is people are going, I want a Nike Mercurial, but their feet don't fit a Nike Mercurial. So then they buy a Nike Mercurial 2 sizes too big, because then their feet fit in a Nike Mercurial.
So long.
Exactly.
So long.
So I genuinely think that if you could, brands should be able to educate people to tell them, this is how your boots should fit. Like, your boots should fit close. Be aware that boots fit very differently to running shoes, casual trainers, tennis shoes.
Exactly.
Why are we not telling people that? Like, your boots need to fit close to your foot. You have a preference as to how much room you leave on the end of your boot, whether that be half a centimeter or a full centimeter. Those are your limits. There's no more than that. And then what you need to do is find a size that you like, and then pick a boot that has the right shape for your foot. And the only way you do that is by trying them on. Like, I think that there is education here that could be done to really help people get better boots. Like, and sorry, go on.
Oh, no. Sorry to stop you mid-rant. The problem is, there are people who will listen to that, and there are people who will just completely ignore it.
But I think if people ignore it, that's fine. That's on them.
But I guess as long as the education is out there.
Yeah. Because the only other thing I would say is this would also, I think, force brands to do something that they don't seem to like doing. For example, Puma, which is make your boots a standardized fucking length. Like, I shouldn't be able to go up half a size in one silo, down half a size in the other, and to work it out. So, like, you would force you to be like, here, like if your foot is this long, this is the Puma size boot that you buy, and then you go from there. Like, I think that that any excuse outside of that from brands is them being lazy, them not doing enough to actually make the boots accessible and easy to buy for people.
Yeah. I mean, Justin, you make a great point about your feet swelling, but like, I'm going to tell you right now, shoes are not good for human feet in general.
Sorry, say that again?
Shoes are not in general good for human feet overall. You need to be stretching your feet out, doing lots of stuff. And this is where like companies like Pre-Evolve have a good point about like doing a wider fit shoe. And that's fine. But like during play, your shoe needs to fit like more wrapped around your foot from the get-go. It doesn't need to be super wrapped around your foot, but it does need to be more wrapped around than like a running shoe. And I think that's where people go wrong, is they compare to their running shoes. I mean, I've had people, you know, when I worked at the store, you'd have people say like, my son's a size. Someone come in and say their kid was a 13 and a half and they were wearing 13 and a half running shoes, but the laces were like this.
Yeah.
And it was just like, they left with like a size 10.
Yeah.
It's just like, just some basic, very basic stuff I think could go a long way.
Justin had a good point here. Justin said, biggest issue I know is people don't stand up when trying to measure shoes. They do it sitting down. Massive problem. Absolutely true. I just wanted to kind of point something out, or kind of prove your point there. So this is my kind of running shoe that I'm wearing right now. So this is a size US 8.5. Okay, so this is half a size bigger than I would normally wear in, like, for example, a Nike boot. That is the difference in shape and size.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's, okay, I don't actually do like running these, but they're only half a size bigger than what I would wear in like a Nike boot. Like, even if we compare them to, for example, something that's a little bit more that shape, like the difference is huge. And it's because of the style. Like, you can't buy boots that fit the same way as this. Like, it's just not going to happen. But, sorry. Now everyone got to see my shoes.
I guess going on slightly a different point, we did mention earlier, James did mention earlier, that I found a trick for the Scudetta.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Let's go.
Yeah. So, if you have both, that is. So for the Scudetta, like, the toe is quite low. And for me, I don't mind that because I want it to be as tight as I can stand while still being comfortable for me. But I discovered something, and I was messing around, and I put my real line insole inside my Scudetta. And what that does is the real line insole has a much thinner toe, but more substantial support through the middle. So you still feel like you've got that nice, around your foot fit through the midfoot, but your toes are no longer suffocating. So I'm going to give it a shot today and see what happens. I actually have a game today, but, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, I'm taking the other insoles just in case. I'm not going to, leave myself stranded. But, I thought that it was just really interesting feeling once I did that last night. And obviously, because the insole is more substantial at the middle, it does make the boot heavier overall, but come on.
Difference is minimal. Proper Boot says he uses his rear line in every single boot.
Yeah, it's really good.
I need to
Justin Real Line does sell them separately here, but not outside of Japan. I know Justin does similar. He loves, I think he has 3 pairs of Real Line insoles that I've sent him.
And he just switches them out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that. So I'll be interesting for me because I definitely need that extra volume through the toe box. I've basically come to the conclusion that I have to wear the half size up boots. Otherwise I have to take the insole out almost altogether, which isn't great. So I'm definitely gonna try it because I'll be interested to know if with my foot being that a little bit wider, having that bit more midfoot volume, if that more substantial midsole area still works. So having that with it, because if that works, that would be an absolute game changer for me and my Scudettas. But yeah, Justin has a pair of my Scudettas at the moment. Yeah, he has the launch ones.
And he does have some real line insoles. Try it.
Give it a whirl.
They actually no, it's pretty much the same version from what you get from Adler.
Good evening, Front Post. Thank you for joining us. We are just sidling on to the end. So I think we will. Justin says he's loving the Scudetta. So delighted that's worked out. I'm both delighted and not delighted. So obviously I lent them to Justin. I was like, hey, look, give them a go, because he was thinking about buying them. And he really likes them. So he's like, oh, I might buy them off you. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool, because it makes sense rather than having to ship a pair over to him and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm like, but it's the launch colorway, which I really like. So now I'm like, I feel like I need to buy another pair. So I'm going to end up selling my used pair to Justin for a lower price than the pair of new ones, and then going out and buying a new pair of new ones. I'm sure I am.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Matt, good point. Front Post has been putting out some really good stuff. So
yes, everybody,
go check his content out.
Front Post, if you can, maybe put it in so it doesn't look like a link. Drop your IG and stuff down there so people can go and follow you. That would be good. Can we redeem chat points for real line insoles and zero glide laces? No, you can.
Seriously.
Interestingly, actually, I just pulled out of they were just sitting in here. I've been looking for these for a while. Speaking of laces, I just got some random SR4U laces. I got to give Josh credit. He makes good laces.
He does.
And they're very affordable.
They are.
With that said, I think we will just switch over to a little members chatsy for a little while. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today. That has been a fun little catch-up of the last couple of weeks. We appreciate everybody being here. All things going well, we will still be here next week, or we'll be here again next week. Go and check out Andrew at Lockhart Bootblog and his brand new Tequila review with the King Mirai review coming soon. I will be dropping my Ida Sports Helia Pro review on Tuesday. So that will be coming up on Tuesday. I would also appreciate if everyone would like to go to my Instagram at Boot Wizard Boot Reviews and like my photos of those Ida Sports Helia, because I think those I'm not even going to be humble about it. I think those photos are banging. I love that, especially the first one. I think that's a great photo.
That's so good.
And it's getting no love. And then on Thursday, I will be dropping a New Balance review on the Wide Fit 442. If you are a member, you will be able to see that right now. Both those videos are available for members, so you can go and check those out. And speaking of members, we are now in a members-only chat.
Hey. Would you even say bye?
Nah. Goodbye. It's fine. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week. I'll just edit that in there. It's not a problem at all.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. So
Chris's Footy Kicks, you do take a good pick. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
How good are the SR4U?